Hello viewers, once again this is Professor Dr. Ghulam Buriro from Institute of English Language and Literature, University of St. Jamshoro. Dear viewers, today we will be talking about what it takes that we should be winning at life. How really we can become winners, because each one of us in this world always wants to win and to become a winner. So today I'll be sharing with you certain tips, some strategies and some golden thoughts that would make us win in almost all situations in life. The very first tip that I'll share with you is that we must learn to do what we really love. Now, by what we love I mean, there's always one internal big factor inside us. There's some passion inside us. There's always a volcano, a burning desire that keeps brewing inside us, and it is what we have always wanted to do. It's a dream that we sometimes know and some other time we may not be knowing. I would here be quoting Jean-Jacques Rousseau, the great philosopher and writer of Europe, because of whom the movement of enlightenment in Europe had been launched, and he is the one who can be credited for pioneering the concept of democracy in Europe. He says, and I quote, "Do what you desire and desire what you can do." So if we strike up this balance, देखिए हमारे अंदर हमेशा एक ऐसी ख्वाहिश होती है, एक ऐसा शौक होता है, एक ऐसा ज़ौक़ होता है, एक ऐसा ख्वाब होता है जो हम हमेशा से करना चाहते हैं। तो मेरी नज़र में कामयाब होने का सबसे अहम तरीन जो रूल है, जो राज है, वो ये है कि हम लोग ये जान लें कि हम वो क्या चीज़ है जो अपनी ज़िंदगी में करना चाहते हैं। Do we want to be painters or artists or musicians or filmmakers or a movie maker or a teacher or a lawyer or maybe an engineer or a medical professional or an author or a writer? And this exactly, once we know this, once we know what we love, once we know what it is that we dream of, once we know that what it is that we really always have wanted to do in our life, if we get to know this internal big factor and we could align our efforts with this dream, I think we will always emerge as winner. The second thing that I would want to share with you is that, we remain in a comfort zone. And there are different zones that I would share with you. The first one is comfort zone. The second one is fear zone. The third one is learning zone. And the fourth one is development zone. And fifth one is self-actualization zone. Let me repeat. सबसे पहले हम comfort zone में होते हैं. हम हमेशा ये चाहते हैं कि कौन करे, मेरे से नहीं हो पाएगा, मैं बिल्कुल ठीक हूँ, I'm okay, I'm earning 100 rupees or 200 rupees a day, 100 or 200,000 a day, that is more than enough. What should I be stretching myself? Why should I be pushing myself to my limits? But I say, see, we must always get out of our comfort zone. And once we shake out of that comfort zone, we bring ourselves, out of that shell, that cocoon, that restricting factor, that which, imprisons us within ourselves. We stretch out of that comfort zone and then इसके बाद जब हम अपने comfort zone से निकलेंगे तो we'll get into fear zone. Now what is fear zone? Fear zone is when we say, oh my God, this is too high for me to do, this is too intimidating, this is too scary, this is this is impossible. And if you look at it, the very word impossible, if you break out this spelling structure, it says, I am possible. Once we overcome this fear zone, हम अपने खौफ से बाहर निकलें, सबसे पहले कंफर्ट से बाहर निकलें, उसके बाद अपने फियर से बाहर निकलें, and then would start learning zone, and that would be the time we will start struggling. And Rome was not built in a day. Nothing happens overnight. We need to stretch ourselves. We need to keep working hard and hard and hard and hard, as much as it might require. We'll never give up. The only failure in life is giving up. If we just don't give up, if we keep on trying. There are hundreds of examples in this life. Abraham Lincoln failed sick when he was 18. He failed in love when he was, 23 years. He failed in elections quite a few times. he caught a deadly disease somewhere in his 40s, but eventually, ultimately, he ended up becoming the President of the United States of America. If you think of, Walt Disney, all his cartoons were rejected by all leading newspapers of the day. No newspaper would ever accept cartoons that were made by, Walt Disney. Only there was one priest and a church who accepted his first ever cartoon. But he never gave up. He never gave up. And this is exactly what we all need to do in life. If we have the will not to give up, if we have the courage not to give up, if we have the resilience not to give up, if we have conviction not to give up, we must never give up. Giving up is the only failure. So this where learning zone will begin. And learning zone will be followed by development zone. And development zone will be followed by transformation zone. We'll become somebody else. We can change ourselves, we can change our surroundings, we can change our nation, we can change the face of our country, we can change our communities, we can change societies. And this change will become possible only when we believe in the beauty of our dreams. Only after belief in our own convictions, in our own beliefs, in our own dreams, in our own vision, in our own power to materialize all these dreams. And the next self-actualization dream, we will be reaching our ultimate potential. और जब हम अपने ultimate potential को पहुँचेंगे तो ना सिर्फ आप अपने आप को, अपने पसगिरदाई को, अपनी कम्युनिटीज़ को, अपने समाज को, बल्कि इस दुनिया को बदलने की भी पोजीशन में आएंगे. And that is where we will win. And we will win. And we can win. And we certainly will win. अगर हम, जैसा मैंने गुजारिश की, कि अपने कंफर्ट जोन, फियर जोन से बाहर निकलें और ये जान लें कि वो क्या है जो मेरे दिल में छुप के बैठा हुआ है. मेरा ख्वाब क्या है, मेरी ख्वाहिश क्या है, वो क्या चीज़ है जो मैंने बचपन से, जो मुझे मज़ा देती है, जो मेरा शौक़ है, जो मेरा जुनून है. इसको पा लेना, ढूंढ लेना. लोग आप पे हंसेंगे, कोई बात नहीं. लोग आपको डराएंगे, कोई बात नहीं. हमने डरना नहीं, हम उनके हंसने की परवाह नहीं करनी, क्योंकि हमें अपने आप में, अपने शौक़ में, अपने ज़ौक़ में, अपने ख्वाब में, अपनी ख्वाहिश में यकीन रखना है. और ये यकीन हमारे विनर होने की ज़मानत बनेगा.